We are back at it with the Overwatching 10 again, starting off in the semifinals instantly. Sadly, Physical Gogeta Super Saiyan 4 had to leave. Whoops. Sadly, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta actually had to leave. One of their players had to leave the tournament. So they had to forfeit the first game. They're looking for a random substitute fifth right now. Hopefully they don't have to forfeit the entire thing. Which is sad, but sometimes it happens. So, getting into our very first game, we are looking at the KnoxVillains again with Kibbs on tank, Blamity on DPS, Oliver on DPS 2, Bar Soap on support, and Crumb also on support. This last game, they ended up winning against them. They actually ended up losing their last game that we didn't see against Converse, which put them in the second seed, and they're playing up against the third seed of University of Alabama. Huntsville, which is the team that we know, is Vespid Worm, Hopel Bison. Well, not Miss Dime anymore. That is fake news. This is supposed to be. This is not supposed to be this one. Embarrassing. I need to update it real quick. Should be Smoes. There we go. Smoes and Shrub. And it looks like they are banning Vendetta and Diva with the very first map. This is now best out of 3, as you guys can see down here. The very first map that they are potentially playing is Ilios again. Everyone's been a big fan of the Ilios today, you know? W Epic Rap Battles of History, I appreciate it. That's been the background music. I just forgot to play it for the lunch break. I got out of my chair and forgot. Epic Rap Battle of History should always be the background music for all of the tournaments. It looks like we're probably going to be getting straight into this. Now, in their last matchup, Alabama actually took the L to KnoxVillains, but Alabama ended up clutching up against Converse University, which is a pretty big deal. Because it actually put everyone except for Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta in a stale lock of a 2-1 games. We had to go based on point winnage, and that put Converse at the first seed, only losing one point in general total, with a +5 overall. Since their only loss was to UAH. Alrighty, so it looks like we're running exactly what we expect to. Blamity was very shocked to have lost his game. Was talking to some of the guys behind the scenes. Didn't get to talk too much of Alabama before they left because they were hungry guys. It does look like they're literally mirroring here. Naruto versus Sasuke, Opal Bison versus Peggy. That is threats to be seen. Oh my goodness, Blamity getting a long range shot. Don't even know how he saw that on Worm. Kibbs looking to get a little freaky here on Hazard. Big fan of the new Hazard meta. Haven't seen him in a while. Feel like he's kind of been burger since release. Almost got him off the map, forced him to retreat. It's a really slow early game. Barb Soap getting some early damage. Blamity getting some nice range up here. Ooh, huge headshot, putting Worm in a kill range, but he does hide pretty well. Peggy is in a scary area. Had to use deep, like no dash to get out, and feeds a little. It's just a little too far up. Crumb struggling to get out. Does put their Opal Bison low. Worm was taken out by Blamity. Big pick from him. Opal Bison is so low. Their Lucio's one. Their whole team is low right now. Barb Soap able to take out Vespid, and Kibbs was able to take out Opal Bison. Barb Soap is demolished by Smoes, coming in like an assassin, but does get taken out right there, as Crumb also takes out Shrub, giving the first point win to the KnoxVillains. Worm looking to get some good ult damage off. Blamity almost having ult. Is Blamity low-key Thanos this game? Is this the real Thanos? Just barely misses that shot on Peggy, which could have given him a kill. Smo's low right now, looking to try and get freaky with Vespid. Happen to use a lot of CDs here. Blamethy with his ult. Crumb almost having beat, able to counteract. Smo's almost has beat too, potentially able to counter Blamethy ult. Oh my goodness, Blamethy just gets blown up on. Beat coming out from both teams. Shrub almost to Kitsune. Worm almost having ult. Vespid and Kibbs almost have hazard. Kibbs might be looking for it. Peggy's down, but they trade Smos, and Bar of Soap is out. I do not think that the KnoxVillains are going to win this fight. Crumb down, and there goes Kibbs, giving UAH this nice fight win, but 50% for the KnoxVillains. One long fight. After capping the point, they could take this. Or Alabama could just hold it down. Hold it down like the thugs they are. Let's get some Opal Bison vision. Haven't seen much of him. Deflect already out. Was able to get out. They are trading ults there. Peggy traded for Vespid. That's a trade that I'll take any day of the week. But Opal Bison, Sasuke coming out here, teaching everyone a lesson. I'm pressing the wrong buttons, guys. I'm sorry. That's another ult there from Worm. Doesn't confirm a kill. Maybe a little early, but that's a huge another ult. Maybe just a flex ult. Sometimes you just be using those ults to flex. They did use 5 ults there, Oma. I think they might have used... No, they used 4 because they used beat just the fight earlier. Oh my goodness, Peggy is barely living. Oh my goodness. Oh, and he just barely can't make it out. Bar of Soap almost feeds the help, but Blamethy and Kibbs end up getting 2 huge trades. Bar of Soap can't get to that health in time. Opal Bison trying to take out Crumb, but Crumb the assassin wins that 1v1. Vespid trying to just play point, killed some time. Maybe he's looking to get out alive. He is looking to get out alive, but it's going to be rough. No, he's going to go back onto point. Almost gets a hit on Crumb. He's playing really good here. They don't get to hold the point, but that's a good 83%. That's one more fight for them almost. Peggy does have Blade here. They're probably looking to play around it. They don't have beat just yet. He's got to look to use it. Oh, here it is. Swinging on Vespid. Losing his target. Not too big. Does look like they do win the fight here with just 2 ults. But again, Vespid is not wanting to die. Actually, he really wanted to die there. I corrected myself. He wanted to die horribly bad. Let's get some Blam vision. Blamo vision. Misses that shot. Misses. Oh my goodness, Blam. This is not like you. Now this is the very last fight here. Lots of ults coming up on both sides. Early beat to come out here. Blamethy's getting run down on. I don't know if he can live this. It's a huge Kitsune before death there. Nice little ult there. Getting a pick. Oh my goodness! Anyone! Oh my goodness! Kibbs does take Vespid out, giving the KnoxVillains the win on the map. Not on the map, I'm sorry, for the point. They won the point. Which is a really big dub for them. Something that they are really wanting to see. They're trying to make it to that winner's final so that they can get their run back with Converse. The run back that we did not get to see last time. I think I'm pressing the incorrect buttons on a regular basis because I'm not locked enough. Now, I do think U of H can easily win this, but Blamethy is putting up a lot of numbers this game. Blamethy ignoring TP. He says, I do not care. This is too slow. They're all stuck in that room. Easy pickings for him. Potentially he can get something going here. Waiting. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Great play there. Kibbs is in a dangerous area. I don't know if he can make it out. It does look like he lives, but Vespid is on the ropes at 90 HP, and he gets jumped. Bar of Soap also taking out Smoes. Worm taken out by Kibbs, and that's a 5-team person kill, team kill. Yes, sir. That was very good early game fights. They're just taking a lot of poke damage, not really getting to engage. And Kibbs and Peggy really getting to jump on that Vespid was huge. Now, Vespid making the switch over to Monkey. This could be really big, giving him a lot more diving power onto Blamethy. Blamethy's kind of getting to maybe a little bit more exploding power whenever he gets walled off from his heals. Not the best situation that you want to see yourself in as Monkey, is just getting stuck in that group. Kibbs is getting freaky. This might just be the Kibbs game. This might be the Kibbs world right now. Now, I really do think this Monkey pick is going to be hard. I think Kibbs, I think Blamethy is going to get a lot of free work here. Now, he does have ult to really slow him down, basically get a free push off of them, especially whenever they're grouping up exactly like that. Peggy's going deep for that kill. And he's behind him. He's right behind him. Oh, but I don't think he lives that. That's not good. Crumb taking pipe. Oh my goodness, that's a great ult from Kibbs. Shrub is deep right now. Can't even see what's going on, really. Playing purely based on barrel instincts. Opal Bison went deep. No dash. Does have deflect. They're on point. They could have something going for them. Beats coming out from both teams, along with Kitsune from the KnoxVillains. Huge TP right there. Vespid is really trying to hold on to Opal Bison with a huge dash to kill Peggy. Shrub is on his last legs. He's able to live just barely, though. Vespid was real low. Crumb is taken out by Opal Bison. Opal Bison is looking a little bit like Chris Smoove the way he's moving today. Blamethy getting taken out. Shrub with some nice shots there. I can't believe Shrub just knocked him off the map. That was not a Lucio boop, people. It was just credited to him. That's not real. I'm just lying, honestly. Peggy looking to do a little bit of work here. Opal Bison does have ult. I think he's really going to look to use it early. Maybe not now after he just used deflect. Worm also has ult for the Peggy ult. Here comes the blade, really aiming for Peggy to try and stop his. That's a big pick there. Noon coming out from Worm. Gets a pick on Crumb. Very surprising from there. Kibbs tries to get something going here. Just really cannot. Dies off the map. I don't think that he meant to die there. Blamethy does have ult. Peggy with his 3 ults on the KnoxVillains side of things, with 2 coming up on the Alabama side. So I think that we could have a strong fight. This one could go either way. Blamethy's really getting the set up. These guys really just got to focus on not taking poke damage. Peggy just in a really bad position, getting caught off guard. Oh my goodness, I can't believe he didn't die. He does. It's a big wall from Kibbs, able to get the Smoose out. Smoose. But I don't know if Kibbs lives here. He's struggling. I guess he died and it didn't show. I don't know what happened to him. Okay, it just didn't update for some reason. Very interesting. That's a huge fight win. That might just be the point. They're going to have to just force a fight here if anyone can even touch. It does look like Opal Bison can touch. They do have beat for this. He's going to have to touch, though, and he just waited too long. The beat comes in. Mauga on the point. Crumb beating on Smose's head. Worm instantly taken out. Vespid just cannot last any longer. The big blade from Peggy. Love to see these Peggy blades. The Oliver blades also, as they're known. He is known as... Ooh! Ooh! Wait, is this the Naruto? This might be the Naruto Peggy. That is the first map win for the KnoxVillains. Remember, it is best of 3. Play of the game from Bar of Soap. I did see him put some work in on this map. Kibbs just stuck up there, healing him. Getting one shot in. Gets a nice little headshot that you can barely see. Gets another kill. All right, that was honestly the most mid play of the game ever. I'm sorry, Bar of Soap. That was a mid burger play of the game. Now, I do think that this could very well be a solid looking game. I don't think that it's guaranteed to go in one team's favor. And I guess we're waiting on some of the bans right now to see those go through. I really do think that Alabama has a chance to win against these guys. Now, KnoxVillains did win these guys on the last map, but it was also Ilios again. So maybe we just need a different map, a change of scenery for Alabama to really get a win out here for them. We do know that KnoxVillains can lose, as they did get 2-0'd by Converse just a bit ago, and that's not a happy feeling to feel out there. They got full map wipe. They didn't even get a point on the map, so not necessarily 2-0'd in the terms of a best of 3. I think KnoxVillains' win condition might happen to be try and poke for some blam action and then allow the whole squad to jump. Allow that whole squad to jump. While I think everyone else, their win condition against the KnoxVillain is jump blamathy. I do think Peggy has been in some sticky situations. Maybe he's got to slow it down a little is a good way. He's getting a little freaky sometimes. And while I always do appreciate the freaky, I think you got to know when to be freaky. I think if you're just running it down, it's going to be a little rough on you, you know. This is Alabama's map pick, and they get first ban since they did just lose that round. They're still deciding on it. I honestly don't know what the best method for them to be is. I don't know their full squad. I think that they're a solid dive team. I think Opal Bison is a very strong player. A lot of fights that they won was because Opal Bison he turned on, man. He turned in to Spider-Man for a few seconds. He wanted to show out. Sasuke really was showing up. He used a Sharingan, as they say. Looking like Prime Necros out there. But then we also had Opal Bison at that very end. You saw it. The Ninetales Fox was showing out of Opal Bison for just a little bit of time. He was showing the Ninetales Fox. This looks like they are playing on Saravasa and banning Soj. Now this could be a really good one. I think there's some bad points. I think it's going to come down a little bit to point luck for them sometimes. I think if they get some strong points that are more dive favored and doesn't allow Blam to set up some really good angles, I think that they get a lot stronger of a W here, or a lot stronger of a chance to win. But at the same time, they could get more of those pokey points, and Blam could just set up and easily get a lot of free damage on him. That he is, as you say, terrorist sometimes whenever he feels like hitting all of his shots, which is very regularly. I do believe I was talking to him earlier. Blamathy actually said that he was coached by the late great Flats Overwatch right before he switched over to Marvel Rivals. So that is a very awesome fact. And on the University of Alabama side, I believe Opal Bison, he is a new up-and-comer. He wasn't at our last tournament, which is why I believe he's a big reason why these guys are so much stronger now. I was talking to him some after some of their post games, and he was telling me that he was actually also trained by Kefri, Prime Kefri, which is actually, he was trained, like he is his disciple, his pupil, as you say. He used to call him Sensei 8-inch. And that's amazing that we have the Kefri disciple and the Flats disciple in the same game fighting each other. It does look like we are about to get our game on with the KnoxVillain banning Diva. Just kind of slow down that dive. That's really powerful for them to not allow that Diva to just run it down on Blamathy. Loading straight into this map. Now, I have a feeling that they're probably going to run similar. I don't think that you need to change it up too much, but what do I know, guys? I'm just a guy that frickin' plays the video game, you know? Personally, I would like to see a little bit of hog action. I think if you're good enough, it's Mauga. Is it Mauga on this point? Hello? Is it Mauga? Is this Mauga meta? Some alert. I haven't been playing much. I've been on the deadlock grind. I apologize. This is a true Mauga game. Oh, they pause, change their mind. $100 lashes for a fake pause. Watching Kibbs run it down. Now, as we all know, big Mauga fans out here. Hawk 2 is slam on that thing. I do see the Opal Bison with the Vendetta. We saw him earlier. He was showing a little bit of Beans Vendetta out here. He was playing very similarly to how Beans does in terms of his production value, which is not a diss towards anyone, but more of a compliment towards Opal Bison and how good he is. Now he chooses not to take that overhead swing. I don't know if he just missed, but still, Kibbs just explodes. Opal Bison does die to 2 trades. They still might be able to win this. They still do have their tank of Blamethy on the Tracer. Vespid down to just 1. Oh my goodness! Headshot. That's all I just saw there. Someone play the Epic Battles of History for that. Blamethy might be... We're going to have to maybe get a PC check going on Blamethy. I don't trust like that. He's wanting to check early what's going on up here. He's going to get freaky on this Emray, knows not to go too deep. He feels them all coming that way. Now, they're running a weird kind of double flex DPS squad here. Worm getting some nice damage, but not really able to find anything. Does get pulsed. Peggy with a huge kill. Kibbs ignoring them. No huge slams here. Peggy with another kill. Oh my goodness! Peggy, I just saw that ghost dash, Peggy. I saw the ghost dash. It was barely. I know you moving like Naruto. This has been a little bit of some tough fights for him. A lot harder to shut down Blam whenever he's on the Tracer. That's hard to hit. Worm taking a lot of early poke damage. Luckily, he's got that Mega right there for him to pick up. Blamethy is again on Shrub, not really giving him ability. They're just walking in, trying to slam. Does get the slam on Bar of Soap, but he has Suzu and TP. Blamethy and Peggy are just on the back line, just shooting everything they want to. Now, gentlemen, this is what happens whenever you don't focus on school and you only play video games all day. Is you have Blamethy aim, apparently. This is W aim, as some might say. Now, did you see that spray? That is a W spray moment. KnoxVillains with 4, potentially even 5 ults. Blamethy really wanted to get this Shrub. Almost gets him. Just barely misses it. Peggy might be looking to ult here. Smoes with Beat to counter it. Lots of ults coming up. I'm expecting to see a Mauga ult fest again. Beat coming in for it. Oh my goodness, Ajax Smoes! That is not what you want to see. Bar of Soap getting some huge picks. And Peggy... Oh no! Peggy barely losing it, but Shrub, what a great kill to live there with not having to use a single cooldown. Vespid trying to get out. Shrub, nice Suzu to live there. Huge wall right there from Kibbs just to live and reset and get that Smoes again. That is an unlucky 2 deaths, 1 fight. Luckily, KnoxVillains did get the cap. That is both beats from both sides, but I'm expecting a lot of ults here from Alabama to be coming out. Some early poke damage. They see him all over there. Vespid very well could just run it down. I don't think they have enough damage to break Cage. Exactly like that. They do use Kitsune in it. Trading Kitsune, using Opal Bison's ult. Smoes, Vespid, and Shred all getting kills. Peggy does not do everything. Now, if I was Peggy there, personally, I think I would have bladed and killed the rest of them. But I know he is not moving like I am on a normal day. But that's okay. I do think that was an okay fight. They had to use 3 ults to win in return for their 1 Kitsune. Worm gets Bar of Soap early there from the poke damage. That's humongous for him. Kibbs having to back out from all this poke damage, but Blamethy is on the back out. They don't even notice. Oh my goodness, they notice. He throws the pulse bomb, almost gets someone. all coming back for him. Starting a huge fight. Peggy with a huge blade. Can he get another? He's so close. Yes! He helps get that kill with Crumb. He's really deep on him. Oh my god. I did not mean that pause. Smo's really trying to run it down on Peggy. Does get the kill. Peggy's not able to really do anything. Barv soaps in, and Smo's chooses to reset off the map. Worm does have ult here. I'm expecting it here. But Crumb does have beat for it. Could just give him the point again, you know. Don't want to see that kind of deal. Huge ult coming out here. Doesn't do the nade tech to get high ground. That's perfectly fine. Suzu saves Barv Soap's life. Oh, Barv Soap does die, but beat comes out. Smos gets Peggy, who doesn't get beat. Blamethy getting one. Kibbs cannot live. It is Blamethy and Crumb trying to do everything here. Misses his pulse. Struggling to fight. Crumb is down. But he does get Vespid, and Blamethy goes down to Opal Bison here. It does look like they are going to get the point. I don't think that KnoxVillains can touch. They cannot. Oh, Peggy with the accidental feed. I don't know if you should have went, but it's always worth the shot. Opal Bison. Thinking he might smell someone? We're just hitting the techie rollout. Who knows? Something is glitched, and it's making a sound repeatedly. Beat coming in from Smos. OW2 a slam on that thing from Vespid, ignoring him, choosing to run it down on Blamethy. I think that's a smart decision. Blamethy does get Smos, though. And Kibbs does get the slam on Opal Bison. Vespid getting to shoot. Kibbs still cannot stay alive even after using his E. Kibbs with Cage. They're just trying to get rid of Shrubs. Does get rid of him. Smos Opal Bison ready over here. They do have Kitsune here. I'm going to expect an early Kitsune. Barv Soap has Kitsune to return it, and Kibbs does have Cage. And the only one that can really shred this Cage is Vespid, the enemy Malga. Now, I'm going to think that they're going to look to use Cage. Blamethy is really freaky right now. Worm instantly going out. Just cannot win this fight. Damage from every single angle on them. Can Smos get it? Barely can. He's getting jumped everywhere. He was so close to getting Barv Soap. He was practically won. But it's just so hard when you're getting knocked around everywhere. Now there is 4 ults coming up for Alabama whenever. KnoxVillains only has 3, but they do have beat, which could stop a lot of motion from them. Maybe they go for the Cage Vendetta ult. Early beat coming out from them. They're going to look to explode here on them. Cage here from Vespid, but it's just so much damage. He can't even stay on. Kitsune from Shrub. But they do snatch points, so they can't cap the point for free. I guess stalls a little bit, maybe. Opal Bison can touch. I don't think that they're even going to try it. Opal Bison does still have ult, so does Worm. Kibbs with Cage and Peggy with Blade. I would like to see another freaky Peggy ult. I want to see the Naruto come out, but I also want to see Zoro and the Opal Bison show his true 3's form style. Oh my goodness. Deflect passing right over Opal Bison's head. I think he's looking for it. Someone is looking for their ult. Worm is really low. Barely misses that kill. Huge Cage coming in, getting 2 on him instantly. I think U of H might be getting a little shaken up slightly. They got to look to ult a little bit earlier here. But Opal Bison almost gets a 3rd pick. Cap does just barely unlock. They did use Cage there. They're coming up on Kitsune. They have Pulse and Blade for them. I really think that they got to look to... They got to ult a little bit earlier, I feel. They are just getting walked down on, getting ulted on early. Worm forced to use his shift. Nice ult coming in from him. Misses his first shot. Blade from Peggy. Countering the beat so that Blade can't get as much value. That's 2 ults down, and it does look like Alabama is going to get this win. Worm shooting his teammate just to tell him, good job on that beat. That is exactly what he was trying to tell him in that exact moment. Just some good friendly, being nice. think that they were probably trying to chase down Bar of Soap there, making sure that Blamethy can't do whatever he wants. Blamethy does have Pulse here. He is going to try and get someone really early. Blamethy instantly taken out by Shrub. Great pick there. Bar of Soap with Kitsune. I don't think that they're going to try and use it. They're probably just going to back up. Didn't even notice the Zarya switch from Vespid. Looking like gaming for Hope out here. Maybe you guys should have just banned Zarya so that Gaming for Hope can't come out here and just teach you guys a lesson. Bar of Soap getting really aggressive. Still has Kitsune. I think he's going to... Unlucky, just TPs into the Shrub. Another first pick from Shrub. Lucio v Lucio, Crumb backing out, not wanting to give up much. And as of now, Blamethy still has ult. Opal Bison has Vendetta ult. Shrub probably looking to use... Oh, here it's coming. Gets huge damage on Kibbs. I don't think that he can live. Huge beat coming in from Crumb to keep the fight going a little longer. Kibbs is able to take out Vespid with that ult. This might be a fight win. Opal Bison not able to do anything there, just taking all the damage in the world. Does put them at 99. That is a one-fight win for this round, for this point. They really need to get this next fight win. They will be coming up on Kitsune, Zargrav, and Beat, and Emre ult. But in return, they have Kitsune Pulse, along with potentially coming up with Cage. Early Kitsune from him. Bar of Soap getting hunted down again, barely living. Blamethy instantly taking out Smos. Blamethy taking out 2, still having Pulse. I just don't know if they can touch still here. Getting another pick. Vespid's going to have to touch here. Does get grab off, but it's not enough. Does get another pick, and they cannot touch. That is the game in favor of KnoxVillains. I think that was really good performance from both sides. I think it was a very strong performance. Peggy did have a really huge ult here. He was moving like Prime Ninja. What? I'm gonna update them. I do think that that was a great game from between the both of them. I do think that they need to. I mean, maybe I'm not the smartest individual, you know. I'm not the smartest out there, but I personally feel like they just needed to play a little bit faster. They were kind of slow going, you know. And I think that that can easily happen if in the future. You know, I think in their next game, most likely they're going to get another bye game on this physical Gogeta team. But I think that they really need to just speed up those ults a little bit against KnoxVillains. I think KnoxVillains is a very fast team, and whenever you just give them that little bit of range, they're going to take that whole mile with you. So that was a great semifinals 2 game. I think it was very close, even though the numbers doesn't show it. And I will be back very soon with the winners finals.